Hey, what's good, everybody, and welcome to another live session with the Hype Magazine. Today, we've got Mr. Danny David on the line, man. We're talking about charging, which is the football camp for Colorado, Ohio State.
Ohio, Colorado, the
Oh,
world,
oh,
baby, the
oh,
world.
how world legend Braxton Miller is the wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. We're talking about the third annual charging camp. Let's talk about the charging movement, Danny.
Yeah, so the charging movement really started back in college when Braxton played at Ohio State as a quarterback. He got hurt with the shoulder, and ever since then, his main motivation was to inspire others to keep charging and keep going. And football's not over. There's more to life.
Right.
And then he switched positions to wide receiver, and then he had that spin move that first game, the first time playing receiver, and he realized if I keep charging, I could do whatever I set my mind to. And that, inspired a lot of people, and he's a great influence, but he never tied charging to Braxton. He never wore his own merch on his own Instagram promoting it. He just didn't do it because he wanted people to look at charging as inspiration to do you and not do what Braxton, you know?
Okay. So he just kind of stayed out of the limelight with his own product, which is
Right.
unusual in this day and age. You know what I mean?
No, I would say Braxton, your best friend's Ryan Shazier is wearing it and you won't put up a photo? Come on, brother. Please, we need
Yeah.
details. But,
And that's
at the end
and
of the
that's
day,
big. Shazier had that spinal injury
yeah,
and has come back. He's walking again and everything.
Shaleev. I mean, Ryan's a guy who is one of Braxton's best friends, and he's an inspiration to Braxton and to everybody. So, like, it's that Ohio State brotherhood where it's to keep believing, keep motivating because it is NFL university, right?
Right. Right.
So no matter what, there will always be student athletes who have talent outside the classroom who will go to the NFL from there. And not everyone is going to have a 20-year career Hall of Famer like Eddie George, right? But there's more to that. You stick together, you keep charging, you keep going, and you'll find other things in life that'll satisfy you.
So it's one heck of a movement. Who is he targeting? I noticed that he's got two different classes, one for the youth and one for elementary school and one for middle school to high school.
So, the elementary school, for charging, that's more of a way where it's basically saying 99% of these kids aren't going to make the NFL.
Right,
And there's more components to, just the football. There's some STEM involved, with playing possible gadget ball, which
right,
measures math and things of that nature because a lot of these young, adults, they think they're going to automatically, they have a really good shot of being an NFL athlete, but it's not easy. It's super tough. So letting them know there's other outlets in life than football, and there's more than football at these camps is keep charging with football, but charge with coding, charge with, technology. So having that component involved for the, those elementary is important. And then going beyond that with, the older ones, it's the competitive nature of the 77s, where they have these NFL athletes as coaches who are teaching fundamental positional skills watching them. So these kids are motivated. And if one of
right.
these kids goes crazy and dominates, it's going to raise eyebrows. And word gets around. And, like, for example, I mean, you have Boom Heron there, Braxton Miller. I mean, you have around 10 to 12 guys who played at Ohio State or in the NFL as coaches. And we're grateful for that. And they do because it's a brotherhood and they want to, and they're charging too. We're all
Okay.
charging together and we want to make a difference.
So it's about life more than just a football camp, more than just a
Yeah.
football program. It's life lessons as well.
It's life lessons. I want to put it to life lessons times Coachella. No, but
I
in a
love
way,
that.
like last year, Picasso, the celebrity cleat designer, flew in, designed custom cleats for each kid, and then gave a one of one cleat to the MVP, right? That cleat's probably
Mm-hmm.
worth a lot of money. So
Mm-hmm.
having different cultural pop aspects to it versus just a meet and greet for 3 hours to meet Braxton is not what we're looking for. We want these kids to learn. We want them to learn the position, the fundamentals. If you're a wide receiver, you'll get potential coaching drills from Braxton, right? If you're
Mm-hmm.
running back, boom, Herring. It just really varies. And because you want them to get their money worth. You get $75 in swag and gear, right? Free food, free lunch, a whole day. I mean, if I was a kid, I would love it.
Now, last year he did multiple locations. This year, will he be doing the same, or is it just going to be to the one spot?
There will be multiple locations, so
Okay.
confirmed to Super Heights, Wayne High School where he played. There will
Right.
be one in Columbus. Location isn't announced yet, but there will be one for sure. And we've been inquired by at least 6 different states to do a charging camp. So we have a
Wow.
call after this to figure out which third state will we do and test that out and scale it slowly, where Braxton will attend and make sure it has that charging brand, the charging element. And we have live entertainment. We have DJ E-Train, the Bengals DJ, the #1 DJ in Cincinnati.
Wow.
He's there. It's entertaining. It's live. A video game truck for Fortnite. I mean, there's always something for everybody to do, even the parents. The bleachers are packed like you're watching the spring game at Ohio State. It's super entertaining. And last year we had the #1 podcast on site, Biz and Biceps, Maurice Claret, and Corey G Fitness. So it's more than a camp. It's entertainment. It's football. It's an experience,
Mm.
and that's what we're trying to do with charging.
Do we know of any college success stories from last year's group of high school attendees?
Good question. Definitely, some of them when they're going D1, they know they're D1, and they really don't want to tear it up too much on these guys. They go to
Right.
more the opening and things of that nature. This is
Okay.
more preparing those guys for those events, the opening. It gets
Okay.
competitive. Even Braxton was, the game's called where you toss the ball. It's his team versus my team, and I blocked Braxton, and he got very
Right.
competitive. The little boy just blocked him, and I ended up losing because he tried so hard. But I think he cheated. But it's super competitive. It's fun. Everyone walks out of there with a smile on their face. We had kicking coaches from Ohio State, punter coaches. Like literally, there's one young adult who wants to be a kicker, and being a kicker, there's only 30 positions of those in the NFL, so it's not
Right.
easy. So a kicking coach came. He kicked at Ohio State, and he sat with this kid for over 2 hours and did kicking drills. So for every position, it's for everyone.
Okay. Nobody's excluded.
Yeah,
Awesome.
like I don't care if you're a long snapper, we had a guy for you, and we did. And the pop
Is that different than most other camps?
yeah, absolutely. The typical camp is 3 hours. You have your superstar. You get a photo. It's a meet and greet, and you're paying a lot more money. And in a world where they're not learning, they're just getting a photo. Great. We want to inspire and change the youth in Ohio, and especially Braxton and
Mm-hmm.
He did a meet and greet his first year. Honestly, hated it. It didn't fulfill him.
Right.
He was a rookie, so he just said, "I'm doing my own thing. I want to teach these kids fundamentals." And he's like, "Danny, do you have a DB coach? Let me see if I can get in contact with the great Denzel Ward." Right?
Right.
But you never know who comes and who shows and who doesn't. But Doran Grant, Curtis Grant, Joel Hale, captains of the national championship team. Who knows who will come this year? I know there might be a special inspirational motivational speaker that might be coming, which is pretty cool. I mean, CC Fly, but that'll be announced later on, and that's a story itself. Another thing is every kid gets, every year there's a new charging shirt that the kids receive. Year 1, year
Right.
2, year 3. It's a collection, and it keeps growing and growing, and it's honestly it's the best experience I have with working with athletes because one we also give back. We give scholarships. Braxton gave a big donation to Inside Out, which is in Springfield, a youth center,
Okay.
a large donation, and it's turning into the charging facility for kids so they're not in the streets at night and they're playing video games and basketball inside. So we're all about Ohio here and keeping it charging and for the Ohio State University and beyond, and it's home. I'm a Jersey boy.
Okay.
I went to Ohio State, but it's home.
I see you. I'm a full sail guy myself. We don't have a sports team. We have esports.
Which is big. And guess what? We have esports at the camp. We have a video game truck with Fortnite, and there's a tournament, and the winner
Okay.
gets to play with Braxton. Last year, the kid won, and he got a limited edition Picasso charging Fortnite T-shirt.
Okay.
So it's for if somebody doesn't like football, guess what? Play Fortnite. Go in the truck.
But so it's a well-rounded full day event. Um, I see that you got like the Under Armour has been there. The local news comes out and they're watching these kids and interacting. So it's an opportunity for eyeballs to get on them.
Yeah, and definitely it's a huge opportunity, because these kids develop relationships with their coaches too, right? Whoever's coaching them.
Hmm.
These are guys they look up to. In Ohio State's a religion there. I grew up in Jersey. I was a professional sports fan. No
Okay.
offense to Rutgers back then, but Jets Giants were my team. In
Okay.
Ohio, it's Ohio State. The quarterback of Ohio State is the biggest person in Ohio, except now Baker Mayfield, but like Dwayne Haskins is the thing about it. It's a religion there, and like we still communicate with the kids from last year, and the coaches do too, which is kind
Okay.
of sensational.
Okay. The one thing we neglected to do at the beginning was to identify who we're talking to. Who is Daniel Davis?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm just I'm lucky. Like my brother went to Ohio State. He was out one night his senior year in high school. He flipped a coin, and he said he's going to Ohio State. I look up to him. I luckily got in. I was super happy. One of the best days of my life. And going to that university was a blessing. 50,000 students. It's not big at all. You'll see somebody on campus and you'll wave. So my goal in life and for charging and any athlete is there's more than life than football. 2.5 years is the lifespan. What happens after that? So these guys got to capitalize on their platforms while they could at an Ohio State where their audience on social is big, where their hometowns are from. If you're from Akron, you should be going back to Akron in 20 years and have a statue if you played at Ohio State and then the NFL for 2 years. Like, you've got to capitalize on your local hometown, your university, and then that pro team. Because the NFL ain't forever.
Yeah.
Not for long.
Yeah. But 8, 9 years is 10 years is like one of the benchmarks. If you make 10 years, you know,
That's like
you
gold medal,
you've had a
baby.
super career. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You've had a super career.
Like,
So
and
the reason why I asked that question was because um, you're not a professional football player, but you handle. And so we're talking about career paths. Earlier on, you were talking about, hey, you might not make it to the NFL, but there are other options. Right now, you handle things for Braxton Miller,
right.
who, you know what I mean?
And what really gets me sad is, and really motivates me to do what I do is, I hated seeing guys who I looked up to play at these universities, play in the NFL, and then go on Adidas accounts and order stuff from guys in the league. That's sad.
Mm,
Like, where's the guy who's getting you the marketing dollars off the field to provide for your son and his son and
right.
his son? I mean, the value these guys have on cloud brings so much value to any business or brand. If I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm a legend there, and I play at Ohio State, I have a big social media audience, a lot of followers. I'm well known. You take that video content and you work with that brand and you push it out. That guy deserves some money for that because that's value. And then he should be speaking at that city for the next 30 years.
Mm.
You know, like, I want Braxton to be in the Mount Rushmore of Ohio State. I want
Okay.
everyone to be. I hate seeing guys make nothing off the field because they think that they're in the NFL, they have this big contract, and it lasts forever. That's not the case. And, you know, I've witnessed it in the past. And you go to Ohio State, you're a Buckeye. You're a legend. You got a lot of followers.
Right.
Utilize that. Get endorsement deals. It's not that hard. So I'm trying to change the
Great.
game, and it's going to take time. And hey, I was able to get a kicker on the Steelers when I worked at a different agency, 10,000 from an Australian brand for coffee. He didn't even go to Ohio State. He's not from America. Like, it's a platform they built, and credit to the university, credit to Sam Silverman, credit to Coach Meyer, credit to Coach Tressel, credit to the Ohio State, because honestly, without Ohio State, we wouldn't be talking.
Fair enough. I know we're going to do a series of these. Is there anything that you wanted to cover on this session that I may have neglected?
Tickets are now live. They will sell out. Capacity for each camp is 250. They will sell out. They sold out every year prior to the camp. You get an amazing shirt. You get swag. I advise people to get the tickets now because what happens is they end up trying to show up, right? And there's no room because you want them to experience what they're paying for. And it's so sad turning people down. So I would, if there's tickets now, just buy it because you're going to do it eventually. Like, why wait?
Yeah.
And it sucks because we've turned people down and it hurts.
They show up at the last minute.
And wait in line, and it's like,
sorry, no more room.
Their dream, because it's not their, you know? So, like, it's out there. There's a really cool, we actually have Cato Mitchell. He was wide receiver at Ohio State. He's Picasso and him were working together last year. He was watching him. Now he's doing Paris Campbell's cleats, everybody's cleats in the league. He's doing the cleats they can. Because of last year, he learned a lot. Now he's all over the place. So cleats will be getting customized. I'm excited.
That camouflage set he did last year was sick.
Wild. Ugh. I need one of those.
Yeah.
But we're able to provide that this year, and we're thankful for these. They don't have to give their time to do it, but at the end of the day, it helps their brands. And what camps get custom cleats designed in the country as a youth? None. We're trying to tip the culture and be innovative and not do a football camp, but Coachella type stuff.
Well, to whom much is given, much is required. And this camp, Charg1ng, and the movement, the Charg1ng movement, is definitely living up to that and giving back to these kids, giving them a full day's opportunity to interact and actually learn some skills, soft skills, including just interpersonal communication. You may not play well, but you get to meet a lot of people. You get to say hi to somebody that you might not have ever had any chance to.
Absolutely. Health and nutrition.
Health and nutrition.
Like telling them what's to eat and what's right to eat, like getting motivational speakers to inspire these kids. A lot of kids go through depression, but they don't say it. Like, we have that portion, like, segmented out. They're speakers. Because, remember, they're all kids, and they're there for the camp, but they're also there to learn.
Okay. All right. Daniel David. Charg1ng, July. It's going down. Wayne High School.
Wayne High School, July 13th. Other dates to be announced. The Hype magazine. The hype is real. We're blessed to have you guys part of it. The Charg1ng hype is hype, hype, hype.
Well, we definitely appreciate the opportunity. Looking forward to a great camp, great summer, and a great lead in. Stay tuned for more because we will be back talking about
But
charging.
I'm excited to see who's on next. Thank you, my man.
Uh-oh. All right, my man.
Pleasure. Bye.